Okay, so thanks for the introduction. Yes, actually, this is the first year that we are not going to the AWE, we as you are, but the AWE is coming towards us because we are a Viennese company. We work in industrial augmented reality since 13 years now. Over those years we had started the hard way, like many of us that have started in the first years of extended reality with very custom projects. And since 3.5 years with some investment money, we created a product and actually a whole platform that is for the industrial worker, for the connected worker, with several use cases. My name is Alexandar Loidolt. I'm the CCO of UR, and so I'm happy and thankful that you are all here. So, as I said, UR, industrial augmented reality, what does it mean? And we distinguish ourselves from, let's say, other AR applications, more playful applications. It's really about helping the connected worker in their everyday work on site, deliver them bite-sized information for their work. What do we address? What are the challenges that we address in the industrial manufacturing? So this is mainly three challenges that we address. First of all, in the center, everybody of us knows that it's not just a skilled labor shortage, but we actually have a labor shortage. So even less and less people need to learn more and more complex procedures every week, every month, every quarter, every year. So the challenges for the connected worker are increasing, and it's very difficult to attract young people, especially into the industrial environment, into an environment where it's large, it's concrete, it's iron, it's loud, it's dusty. So it's not the optimal workspace for many of Gen X and later that we want to attract into the industrial space. This is one of the challenges that we tackle with AR. The second one is, if you ever have worked in an industrial environment or know about an industrial environment, downtime is a huge thing. It's planned and unplanned downtime. If you can reduce downtime, first of all, obviously, you reduce the cost of the downtime. Secondly, you also gain revenue faster if you reduce the downtime. And if you can help with AR, and there we have some practical use cases in pharmaceutical with Pfizer, Takeda, and so on in this space. And the third element is ever-increasing importance for workers and workplace safety. So most of the large companies that we work with have something similar, like an environment, health, and safety department, which gets more and more powerful, and work that is performed not only based on the procedures quickly and efficiently, but also compliantly. That is something that people care about, and care about the safety of their workers. I show you a quick video as a start, in a sequence of 3 videos. So one of the big pillars that we are doing is indoor navigation. What you saw here is a young technician that gets called to an emergency or on a site that he is not yet familiar with. So the first thing is that you get navigated. Yeah? So indoor navigation, AR navigation, you see on the screen of their smartphone, they get navigated to a spot in the facility, and not only to a certain room, but actually to a spot, to a 3 by 3 centimeter or 2 by 2 centimeter spot, to the main switch of the sprinkler system in this room. Yeah? So this is the first, let's say, pillars of our function, of our solution, of our platform, which is the navigation. It doesn't need any special hardware. It doesn't need any sensors or beacons or something. It's just a software solution. You use your 3D map, and you position yourself within the map, and our software will keep track of where you are and guide you on the fastest way dynamically to the spot that you need to reach. So what you see here is an example of where we use this with ABB. The ABB uses a navigation from UAR, but not only the navigation. What you also see is that you can integrate sensor data into this. So you not only see your route, your fastest route to the site that you want to reach, but you can also see this filter pump is now running at 12,500 RPM. This switchgear is now having X voltage. Yeah, so you can see and also relate to on time and immediately to certain situations that change over time within the facility. This was the first pillar of our solution, the navigation part, and with this awareness, spatial awareness that we can create or that we can use, I would say, you have the second part, and the second part is once you are on site, you can use our AR workflows or instructions to guide the person on the spot in a step-by-step process. So what you see here is the young technician gets reminded, please switch off the main power switch, and then go to the vent number 1, not vent number 2, 3, or 4, and check the pressure. If the pressure is 120 psi or above, do this. If the pressure is below, do that. So you have a predefined workflow in various cascades and steps, like a tree, and you can on the spot decide which step you need to take. So the pressure is higher, he gets instructed to remove the lock and close the valve. So the second step is then that he said the pressure is still too high. You need also to flip that switch, and you need to reset on the relay button. So you can see, depending on the actual situation that the technician will find on site, you can guide them with predefined workflows, and you can dynamically integrate those workflows into your incident management system. So we have connectors to SAP or Comos from Siemens or PassX from Kerber, where you can integrate those workflows in an existing work management system. Yeah? So you're not dependent, you don't need to have a separate platform, but you can use this, let's say, integrated and seamless out of your work management or incident management system or manufacturing execution system. Yeah? The spatial awareness that accompanies us on the whole experience helps you to choose the right actions and guide the person, the technician, to the right actions at the right time. Yeah? You can integrate on any of those spots. You can integrate learning videos. You can integrate audio. You can also integrate a traditional manual to say, look, for this screw with the wrench, there is the traditional manual that you can read through to maintain this machine. Yeah, so that's two things. It's the navigation over large facilities, and the largest facility that we serve is more than 100,000 square meters. So it's really a large facility that you can navigate through. Second is on the spot, having a sort of micro navigation and being guided on the machine or on the appliance that you need to do your maintenance work or your emergency work or your repair. And the third element is if you're stuck on site. So you run through your process, you get guided, but you can get stuck, as you know, and then you can also use our AR remote assistance, which is the third pillar, which is a technician centrally. They see what you see on site, yeah. So they look more or less over your shoulder, and you can do annotations, and you can, or both sides can do annotations We work, for instance, with Lenzing. Lenzing is a chemical manufacturer, and they have sites not only in Austria and in the US, but also, for instance, in some Asian countries. And communication is sometimes difficult. So they want to help with remote support. They don't want to fly there every time they need some help. So they want to help with remote support. But language is a problem. Yeah. So this is universal language. Yeah. So a green arrow is a green arrow in every language that I have come across. Yeah. And the red X is the similar sign. So this is also something that helps overcome language barriers. But it's just a side effect. Yeah. The main thing in here is they both see the actual site, and they can navigate the people within the facility and help them through the processes that they need to go through. Yeah? There is another example of this remote assistance where we more or less combine those elements that you have just seen. So you see somebody that is on site in a technical room, and the central authority, the central support, guides them through step by step, and so they see the digital representation of the room that the person is in, yeah, and they can navigate the person on site within this room, within this 3D model, within this digital twin. So you see the combination of what I have shown you previously. So the person gets navigated to the other end of this generator, to the other end of the generator in the room. He needs to check the oil level. And while you're there, please ensure that all the screws and nuts are tight and that everything is fitted correctly. Yeah? And when you have checked that, then I send you to another space in the same room. So you see the communication that that the two have is very effective in the sense of that the person centrally sees exactly what the person on site sees, and they can help them to navigate through the site, and they can communicate with each other. Now, how do you create this? What is necessary that you can create such an AR experience? And this is what was, I would say, the majority or a big chunk of our development over the last years, and we have spent some 300 or more person years on this platform and the app. So a big chunk of that was making it as easy as possible. So you don't need days, weeks, or months to create such an experience, but actually you can do this within hours. And the first thing what you need is a basic 3D scan of the environment that you want to operate in. When you have the 3D scan, you upload it to our platform, to our portal, and you can then work with it. You work with the 3D scan. You put in the anchor points, we call them points of interest, into the 3D model where you want the technicians to be able to operate on and get work instructions. And that's it. When you have those anchor points, you just define the workflows that they need to go for. You can also integrate workflows, as I said, from an SAP system, from a work management system, and off you go. And the users, they will only use their smartphone, their tablet, or their Magic Leap classes or similar classes. Yeah, so we integrated that on a Magic Leap mainly. We also worked with HoloLens previously, but there has been less demand from our customers to do this. So that's why we, at the moment, concentrate on those classes. So you can work with your device that is AR ready, a smartphone or glasses, and can also already run this. I show this also in a quick video to you see the making of more or less what I have of the videos that I showed you before. So you use a Metaboard scanner or a Navis or a Leica scan to create a digital twin. For smaller areas, you can use a LiDAR-enabled smartphone. And then you have this more or less digital twin, which you can virtually run through, also for training purposes, but this is now for the portal access. And that's what I mentioned earlier. You see, you just point on a certain point and say, this is the vent number 1, this is the vent number 2, this is the filter pump number 17, yeah? And you can, on the machine itself, you can obviously also add additional points of interest. And then you create a basic workflow, yeah? A basic workflow or also a complex workflow with trees. This is how our customers start. We provide this no-code application or this no-code platform so they can start with it very easily and add this workflow. So this is the workflow, navigate to the sprinkler room, switch off use the main switch to switch the system off, check the pressure. If it's above 120 psi, do this. If it's below 120 psi, do this. And so you define this workflow and then you run it. Yeah. So that's the platform and the app that we are providing with how you use it. How does this get used already? So there is a large pharmaceutical client that I must not name yet because we don't have a reference agreement signed. What they do is they use this to reduce the downtime. So they have a large facility, and when they produce a new vaccine, they need to manipulate and maintain out of 7,000 valves in the facility, they need to maintain in average 40. Yeah, so 40 need to be maintained, and then a technician needs to go there and exchange a filter, flush it, adjust it, oil it, whatever. So this is the work that they have to do with every change from one vaccine to the other. Searching for the correct vent. If you imagine rooms like this and you have 4,000 vents in there, every vent has a little sticker on it, yeah, with a 12-digit number, yeah, so ABC, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah, and you need to find this, and then you need to maintain this, and then you need to document that you maintained it and that you maintained it correctly, and then you need the next one, and you need to, from all those, everything that they have, you say, it must be here in this segment. So with our system, they are now getting navigated to exactly the right valve at the right point in time, and they maintain it. The search time for the vent took 90% of the maintenance time overall. We reduced the search time by more than 2/3. So we reduced the overall downtime by 50%, yeah? Not 5 or 0.5%. If you reduce a downtime in a production environment by 50%, you can imagine, first of all, what is the cost related and what is the revenue yield. So this creates huge ROI. Other use cases is defect marking. You go through the environment, and instead of just taking a picture and noting it down, you create a picture with the exact geometry data, with the exact data of where is this broken socket, where is the oil level down, yeah? And you put it back into the incident management system and mark it, and schedule it. I already talked to you about getting the actual sensor data also into if you want, so you can use our platform to integrate with all the APIs that we provide to get actual sensor data into your life experience. Yeah, and that's another pharma company actually in this case. Pfizer, who navigate, so prepare freezers. So if you imagine you produce a vaccine, then this vaccine needs to go into the correct freezer very quickly. Yeah, otherwise it's failed. Yeah, and they use this to prepare the freezers and navigate to the correct ones. And maybe as a little rounding up the scene is, I always talked about mobiles. I also talked about smart glasses. You see the same technician using a similar workflow, and he is now using it with a hands-free technology. You see all the functions that I have showed you don't only work on iOS and Android, but also on smart glasses. And you see we're working mainly with gestures. Yeah, you can also do voice activation, but we are working mainly with gestures. to integrate smart classes. And so from our perspective and our experience over the 13 years, the Magic Leap classes, they work very well with us. Yeah. Why viewer? I showed you we have a comprehensive platform, many awards winning, many large clients from, as I said, ABP to John Deere to Pfizer already in use. And if that caught your interest, you can contact me or my company to get a part of the presentation or some of the video links that I showed you, or get in contact with us. Yeah, with this, I would want to open it up for questions, if I may.
Perfect. Q&A time. So we have 5 minutes reserved. Who's going to go first? Oh my God, this is difficult. Okay. And then.
Thank you. How do you deal with quality assurance when you show that a video where a person walks from one room into another, and when you mentioned a use case where there are some small sticks and you have to clean it, how do you ensure that the pointer shows exactly to that stick and not to the stick which is 5 centimeters to the side because of a drift introduced by walking from one room to another?
Oh, no. Yeah, we don't have this problem because you have the 3D model that is created by usually a professional like a Matterport or a Navis camera, and Navis are even more exact, yeah. So you can even have this on millimeter base, yeah. But so there is no the point of this stick, how you call it, yeah, is you put it into the portal and it will be on the exact side of this thing, yeah. So it makes a difference if it's here, or here, yeah. So 2 by 2 centimeters is not a problem, and you can navigate exactly to that.
Okay. Maybe I'll follow up.
Yeah, but you can. We have a booth opposite of the Meta booth, very prominent place. Yeah, we can show you this. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Thanks.
So if you can just pass it on. Thank you.
Hi. Can you also handle dynamic objects? So in one of your example slides, you showed them navigating to a robot. Is that one that drives around, and you can actually navigate to a mobile device as well?
So if you have an opportunity to tell the software, our portal dynamically, where something is moving, then we can, yeah. Obviously, we provide an interface to that, yeah. But usually, you have a digital twin and an environment where you position yourself and operate in, yeah. If you have many moving objects, and I mean the position of the arm of a robot, obviously this is delicate, yeah, and it makes a difference if you touch it here or here, yeah. So if you have a software that provides the exact location of that, no problem, we navigate to it, yeah. Usually we work in environments that don't move around a lot, and we can, let's say, even patch partial info. So if you have a facility, a chemical plant, and they renovate a part of the room, you only add a scan of this part of the room and patch it into your digital twin, and from then on you can work with it, yeah. But if it's really moving a lot, then yeah, if you have an interface where we get the data where the robot is and which position it is now, then we can navigate to it or work with it. Any other questions? Oh, there's a basket of questions on this side.
Only a short one. Do you need a network connection all the time?
No, not all the time. So obviously you need a network connection to get onto your phone the map. So for instance, we work in facility management a lot. You go down into the basement where you find the electrical room. You give the technician the map, so to speak, before he enters or they enter the room, and then you work offline, and you get the data where the person has been back when you get connection. What we cannot offer if you don't have connection is a remote assistance, because you need. It's clear that you need a connection for that.
Okay, thank you. Thanks a lot for this great talk. If you have more
Thank
questions...
you for the questions.
Give it up for Alexandar Loidolt, everybody. If you have more questions, you can find him at the booth.
Yeah, we have a booth just opposite Meta, just if you want to look at some of the things that I have promised you, I can show you. Thank you.